with Vic Beasley. Tell me a little bit about this. As we walk to his locker, is there anything we should know about him? Is he related to Michael Beasley?
He actually tries to tell people that. First time I met him, he told me that. No lie, he told me that he was Michael Beasley's cousin.
Oh, that's a good one.
And I believed him. I believed him for a good 10 minutes, and then he tried to BS some lie about it, and I was like, no way, that's not true. So he told me he wasn't related to him. But some things about Vic, most people don't know this, but he's actually a good Christian guy. He listens to gospel music. He's not a big partier like you would think with most people, but he's a good guy. He actually likes action figures. So
wait, what kind of action figures? Are we talking like Spider-Man? Like he collects them?
We're talking like NBA players like LeBron James. Let's see who else he got. Kevin Durant, those kind of guys. That's
a pretty good collection going on right now.
Yeah, but he's a good guy. He's got a good heart, and he's my best friend, man. I love him.
Oh, really? That's really sweet. But what are some of the things that you've done? Like, what is his pregame routine? Do you bother him? Do you sing along with him? You know, like so.
I don't like.
Tell me the truth.
No, I don't. He's in his own zone pregame, and he's a good player for us. So I like to let him do his own thing, but I don't like to disrupt him from game time.
All right. So what are some of the things that we can see here? Like we have pads. What are the first things you guys have to clean out first, or the first things that you have to put in the locker room?
Well, first off, we normally have, like, when we go to these games, we have a bag full of everything. We have their helmet, shoulder pads, all that stuff. We have to clean the helmet every week. As you can see, we got these tiger paws. Sometimes they get dinged up. We have to take them off and replace them. We got mini paws in the back here. Every good play he makes, he gets a certain number of paws.
Oh, so that explains all the stickers and stuff.
Right. We try to do the best we can, taking them off every game, make sure they look good on the field.
And he has one of these special
visors, yeah. That's for swag right there.
Swag. I like that. All right. So what about cleats and stuff and gloves? Like, what are we gonna do with all this? How do you know not to confuse? Like, what happens if you left one left shoe and have two rights? Like, what's going on? Do you have a checklist? Like, how does?
Well, they have locker numbers also. They have locker numbers on everything, and they normally tie their cleats up. Like these aren't tied up. Vic must have not done a good job here.
What? I have some grass there.
Yeah, there's some grass on them, but they normally have, you just check the size or check the number on the bottom and pair them up.
But, surprisingly, no, the shoes do not smell, if you're wondering. I'm here. They don't smell. So that's good. You guys, do you guys put them some spray like the bowling alleys?
No, we don't put any spray in them, but we clean them with bleach and alcohol, so we do it the best we can.
All right, but preparing for a trip here, do you guys fly all the equipment here? Or
for this game we do.
You did?
We did for this game. Yeah, we flew I think the 29th, and then we're flying back tomorrow. But yeah, we all flew together on a separate plane.
All right. Yeah. So what are some of the things also that you have to prepare? And do you have a checklist that they tell you about? Like, oh, this is exactly what every player should have.
Well, everybody should have their pads here. You got your pants pads right here. You should have your 2 thigh pads right here, or your 2 hip pads, your 2 thigh pads, 2 knee pads, butt pad.
Butt pad?
Right here. This is the butt pad right here.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I want to touch that.
You might not want to.
But knee pads, that's pretty good.
You gotta make sure you have them, because if not.
I think I've used knee pads once in my life to rollerblade, because I don't play football. Yeah. But it's pretty cool to see all this stuff.
Oh yeah. But you got your loop here for pregame. They go out there and warm up, and then after that, they'll come in here and put the pants on, the jersey, and the shoulder pads on, cleats, gloves, helmet, and they'll get ready to go. And
tell me, what is your job as equipment manager? As this is huge. Like, I'm surprised of how much stuff you guys have. Everything looks different. Everyone has their same stuff. Everything looks, you have the shoes on the left side. Like everything's the same order. Like, what's your detail as a manager now?
I mean, you talking about in respect to where everybody is?
Yeah, how do you know, oh, this is where this person's going to be, this is, how do we know, this is where this, are they placed on positions,
Right, yeah, well, see, as soon as you walked in, you got Taj Boyd, he's our starting quarterback, so you got him at number 1, and then you got Vic Beasley, I'd say he's the leader on the defense, he's the first one over here, but you got your defensive ends and your linebackers. We try and keep the defense together, so when they have meetings at halftime or something like that, they'll be together so coaches can talk to them real quick.
All right, guys, following us around, because we know you guys do stuff too. Oh, yeah. So now, tell me, what do you have to do? What are you responsible for on game day?
On game days, during practice during the week, I work with defensive tackles and basically just help them with whatever they need. And then during game days, there's a 3 or 4 of us that work on the card crew with Coach Morris, the offensive coordinator, and we help him just call in different formations and stuff with the cards. And it's a pretty fun gig. It's something I really love because I want to go into coaching, but it's overall a really fun job.
Tell me, like, what's the biggest shoe size here? I'm a size 10 as a woman, which is a pretty big size. I think it's like an 8 in men, so that's pretty small. But, like, can you show me where's the biggest size?
Let's see. Yeah.
What? We have to find out. Let's see. What's a big size? Yeah. Like,
we get up into the 18s, I think.
18s? I didn't even know that existed.
We got one guy in a 17, and Kaylon Davis is an 18.
Look at this. Oh, my goodness. This is my hand.
There's some boots right there.
Yeah, my hand. It would be 2 of my hands and a half. It's a pretty big shoe.
Oh yeah.
How do are these like special shoes? Oh, I think we have some questions for here. Who has the oddest locker and why? Can anybody tell me that? Oddest. Maybe they have some special like stuff in there.
I would say probably Rod McDowell because it's clean. Most players, they basically live in the locker room, so you can imagine they have a lot of stuff in there. And there's not a whole lot of space, so they try to stuff everything they need all day. But Rod's is actually one of the few that's very organized, very easy to get in and out of.
So you always will find, like, you know, the clean stuff, nothing in there. Like, if you find something that's missing, it will be in there. It's kind of, you know.
Yeah, yes, ma'am.
He's responsible.
All right, so we found the biggest shoe. What about Sammy Watkins' gloves? You know, he has a lot of catches. It's a big deal. He's all right.
Sammy. We got 3 different gloves right here. We got the Vapor Carbons.
Explain that to me.
Well, Nike they make different types of gloves. They got the super bag gloves, which have they have pads on the fingers for protection and stuff, but the receivers don't typically use those that much.
Okay.
So we got the Vapor Carbons here. We got the regular Vapors here, and then Nike just sent us some nice gloves right here for the bowl season. Yeah, go for it.
Let's see. Why don't you hold my microphone for me?
Okay, yeah, I'll interview you. Yeah, put them on.
I hope there's not
Sammy
like
Watkins
bad.
gloves.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. You know, this is the first time I've ever put on gloves, and I've worked with football teams. Never put on a glove.
First time for everything.
Can't keep them.
Oh, well, I can't keep them? No, I'm just kidding.
Maybe after the game.
I hope there's not some bad superstition with this. I can catch,
Not that
though.
I know of.
I can catch, so just in
Okay.
case, my catching hands. But
What
you
do you
can't.
think? What?
They're cool.
They're not as
Different.
comfortable as you
They're
would think.
different. No, they're not. Like they're.
Sammy's one of the more particular people about his gloves. He kind of, even though we get all these fancy, really nice-looking gloves, a lot of times Sammy sticks to these gloves, and we actually wore these gloves in 2011.
Oh,
So
wow.
even though we get all these new, fancier gloves, Sammy kind of has been known to stick to what he likes, you know, because when he was a freshman in 2011, he was a freshman All-American and had a pretty good season. So
I mean, routine is key, and you know, being able to be comfortable in your gloves. I don't feel comfortable in these gloves because they're not mine, which makes sense. And I'm not sure I can catch like he can. So
Probably
Big
not.
hands,
But
2 exposed.
I mean, then again, they fit kind of tight on me. But that's one of the that's pretty cool that they have different kind of gloves. But you guys always have to change equipment up, you know, new shoes every time. Like, are you guys like basketball players like in the league? You know how you hear LeBron James taking out, as you're in Miami, LeBron James taking out different shoes all the time. Like, do you guys have to change up their stuff all the time too? Like, what changes up? Like,
well, during the season, I mean, we have obviously a lot of practices and games and stuff, and the shoes get worn out, cleats get busted, laces break. So, I mean, a guy like Sammy Watkins or a linebacker, someone who is running a lot and stuff like that, they get new cleats probably. What do you think? Every couple of games.
we have a pretty rigorous cleaning. We clean them after every single game, get all the grass stains off the best we can. They do get a new pair of gloves every week, and then after they play in that game with those new gloves, they use those gloves in practice for the next week. So it's like they usually get a new pair of gloves every week. Most players will usually keep their same cleats for the majority of the season, but it's kind of our job to make sure they look new.
I mean, it looks really nice. So you guys are doing a great job. All right, we got another question. What is the energy generally like in the locker room before games? Does it change depending on the importance of the specific game? Anybody care to answer that? That's a good question.
We're usually not in here actually right before the games. We're usually still out on the field setting stuff up, making sure they have all the footballs they need, making sure that as soon as they come out there, they have footballs, they have kicking tees, they have whatever they need. So we usually are already on the field probably from about an hour and a half before game time until the game's over.
All right, but you still think the energy would be good in here? You guys have been in, what about post game? Are you guys when it's a post game energy?
If it's a win, it's awesome. Coach Swinney has been known to bust out a dance or two every now and then. There's always
Show me your best Coach Swinney dance. Quickly. Quickly. You have to do it, please.
Coach Swinney just kind of busts out a lot of the old school stuff. I mean, he moves his arms a lot when he dances and kind of picks his knees up.
Like robot kind of thing? I mean,
not really like a robot. I don't want to disrespect Coach Swinney.
No, he'll love it. I promise.
He uses his hips. He does this number a lot. This is kind of his go-to, and I mean,
so he's always like this. So he's like this. All right.
He's got moves. Coach Swinney, he's a good dancer. Yeah.
Something I didn't know. Coach Swinney's a good dancer. All right. We're almost at the end of the locker room, and what's this? Probably the best way to end it, Taj Boyd finishing his last career as, a Clemson Tiger. And we also have a special guest, Ryan Holcomb. Ryan, welcome to the locker room. You guys know he was there at one of the meetings yesterday. So now you're sitting in Taj Boyd's locker. That's a pretty big deal.
Yes, we're good. Go big guys.
Are you excited for the game?
Yes.
I know. You want Clemson to win, right? Of course.
Exactly. Yes.
I know. You're sitting in Taj Boyd's locker. Can we see his helmet? Can we see his helmet?
Yeah, sure. Pull that down.
We'll give it to Ryan right here.
There you go, bud.
Get this. That's it. You're holding a piece of history. Taj Boyd's helmet for the game today, correct?
Yep. Yes.
This is it. This is what he'll be wearing at the game. Tell me how you feel, Ryan.
Feels awesome. I'm happy to be here.
I know. We're happy to have you here, too. And you guys, this is a big deal. The Clemson Tigers are about to take on Ohio State Buckeyes. I think you need to tell us a little bit more about this locker. Anybody?
You're his manager now.
Yeah.
He's a
All
quarterback.
right. Quarterback. What perfect way? Quarterback manager.
Taj, I've been with Taj for like the last 4 years, and the best thing about Taj is, Taj is a great guy. So Taj pretty much is one of the easiest players to deal with. You don't really ever have a problem with him losing his stuff or needing something. Even though he's one of the most known players in the country, he's also one of the lowest maintenance players on the team.
Good.
So he's really easy to take care of.
So now he has 3 cleats. Well, yeah, 3 pairs of cleats. I saw other ones with 2 pairs. Is that a reason why?
He likes to change cleats. Sometimes he just wakes up and I guess he's got several pairs of cleats. Basically switches back and forth between the Nike Hirachis and the Nike Alphas. He just kind of rotates back and forth between those two.
That's a lot of shoe talk. I'm not sure if I really know. All I know is Nike's great brand, but not sure. What does all that mean? Like it's better for grip wise, running on the field?
These shoes are a little bit more support. They're a little wider base and they have a little bit higher top. Which allows him to not twist his ankle and stuff like that. And the bottom's also a little bit wider, while the Alphas are a little bit easier to run in, maybe more of a speed cleat where you have guys like Sammy Watkins in that cleat, Martavis Bryant, more of like your skill position running back cleat, while this is more it's still a skill cleat, but it's a little bit more base.
All right, now tell me, this is a big deal. I'm going to pick it up because this is what makes them known, Taj Boyd, number 10. Clemson Tigers. I can't put this on because it doesn't fit, but this is, the name, the jersey. Talk about the jersey, that pride of having a paw.
The paw is pretty much what they all play for. I know it's his senior year, and they get the C on their jersey for the bowl game their senior year, and I know the C is a big deal to guys like Taj who had the opportunity to leave, but he decided to come back and play his last season with his teammates, so the C is a really big deal. And honestly, Clemson has one of the most classic jerseys in the country. It's just nice and simple. It's a great jersey. So
what do you think if Taj wins tonight? He's the ACC's most winning quarterback. That's a big deal. What do you think about that?
I think it suits because Taj is a great guy, and I don't think anybody deserves it more than he does.
All right, I think we're gonna go over here. Oh. Is this the rest of your crew? Who are these people? This is a lot of people that we're just meeting. Where did you guys come from? This is the equipment crew. These are the how many guys are you in total? 17 strong. A lot of people don't know that the equipment room is a big deal. They never get as much credit as they do, but they definitely deserve it as they have to prepare the whole Clemson Tigers team for a game, especially a big game like this. And we have one more question, guys. So you guys can wave, everybody. Which Tiger is the most superstitious? It's a big deal. superstition is a big thing. You know, do they wear the same gloves? Maybe they wear the same socks. Not very, you know, might be a little smelly, but anybody know?
Anybody know?
What? We got one.
Definitely Philip Fagenbaum. He has to have everything a particular way. He is the starting long snapper, and he has to have everything in a very particular way, very particular setup.
Like, what do you mean particular? Like, he has to have, you know, his oranges on one side, his purples on the other, kind of thing?
There is a certain spray that he uses that takes the moisture out of his hands so he can grip the ball better. And if he doesn't have it, he gets really superstitious about it. He kind of doesn't know what to do. So we got to make sure that he has that spray before every game.
I've never seen this kind of spray. That's pretty cool, though. You know, sometimes you can't make fun of superstition because for the most part, it's football and superstition relies on it. So now we're going to take it over to the Ohio State Buckeyes locker room and see what their locker room is all about. Do you guys have any message before we have to go to the Google fans?
Go Tigers.
Oh, yeah. I got one. Well, I think Clemson gets 69 and Ohio State gets 7 and go Tigers.
69-7. Wow.